What's up, guys? That's right, 2 videos, 1 week. I'm going to do a quick preview of what to watch for this week. I know there's a lot of excitement. The Rowdies broke it down in an email this week. Very detailed email, very excellently written. So if you have time, look at that. It breaks down the scenarios you need to know for this last week of the season as we come down to an exciting finish in the PPL. So I'm just going to go game by game. I'm ignoring the ones that have nothing to do with the playoff picture and just give a sneak peek of what to expect for week 12 in the PPL. Bam! Okay, I'll start off with my Topes versus Yuri. I'm having to play Andy Dalton this week because I just don't trust Tyrod right now. They benched him last week. He came in the second half and scored almost 20 points in one half. So, I don't know. He hasn't officially been given the starting job for the rest of the season. I feel uncomfortable starting him. Andy Dalton's got a good matchup against the Browns, but I don't trust Andy Dalton that much either. But I don't think he'll get benched, which is the only reason why I have him in as my starter. Now, he's got Big Ben. He's got Big Ben after a huge game against the Titans, and he's got potentially another big game this week against the Packers as they go to Heinz Field. The Pack do. They go to Heinz Field where Roethlisberger is notoriously, or not notoriously respected, plays very well at Heinz Field. Now, I expect Roethlisberger to get 30-something points. So, a big game for him. Now, they have some question marks there, too. After Amari Cooper, which is playing Denver, that's a tough matchup. And then Dez Bryant, which against the Chargers is actually a tough matchup. Chargers have pretty good pass defense. He has Chris Thompson still in his lineup. I don't know what he's going to do there. As for where he's going to go in his spot, he has Bilal Powell. I don't know what he's going to do. It's Yuri. Mohamed Sanu, though, has got a great matchup against Tampa Bay, so that should help as well for him. And then Corey Clement is the third string running back for the Phillies. For Philly. But they use all their running backs. I have Le'Veon Bell against the Packers. They have a mediocre pass or run defense, so I don't know how many points he'll get. He's kind of been letting me down. Stephon Diggs is going up against Detroit. Slay, dude, he just Slay's awesome. So I don't know. I'm debating on even starting Diggs, but I kind of got to go with it. Josh Stockton, that's another guy I'm debating on starting or not. I mean, he's getting better. He's getting red zone looks. And the Giants are just horrible. Jeremy Maclin's in my flex right now, but that just has to do with if Juju plays on Sunday night or not, or if he's healthy. Macklin's got a favorable matchup too. All right, so all in all, I think this will be a lot closer than people expect it to be. I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if I lose this one. I'll say I win this game 105-101. All right, so Bad Boys, they take on the Sharknadoes. Bad Boys are in the playoff picture, like Rowdy broke it down, so they have a chance to make it in the playoffs. The matchups they have this week, Robbie Davis. Who's Robbie Davis? That's a person, right? Robbie Anderson playing the Carolina defense. Carolina, they aren't as great as they used to be without Norman, but they can lock some guys down. Robbie Anderson isn't like this elite wide receiver yet. So we'll see what happens there. Tevin Coleman all rides on the health of Devontae Freeman, and we'll see if Freeman plays. Leonard Fournette also, has a hurt ankle, hasn't been running well since then. Plays Arizona. It's just been a disappointing season for them. Matt Ryan's got a favorable matchup against the Buccaneers, so he has some pieces there that he could use to lead him to victory. Now, the NATOs are the best team that's not going to make the playoffs. Every year they seem like they're the best team that didn't make the playoffs. They got Wentz against the Bears. The Bears are not as easy as people would think. Their defense is young, and it clicks. It's starting to click. Alvin Kamara against the Rams. Now, that's a favorable matchup. Rams are horrible against the run defense. Samaj or whatever, Perine. Dude, he's all that's left now in Washington. He has the Giants in a horrible run defensive. Like the Giants are just ridiculous this year. Let's be honest. Now the interesting thing about Perrine is the Bad Boys actually drafted him and dropped him. So this could be a revenge game, and I don't know. I see it happen way too often. Last week, Antonio Brown had his revenge on the Isotopes, so maybe Perrine's revenge is this week and knocks Darren out of the playoffs. AJ Green's got a good matchup against the Browns, although I don't know. The Browns actually, the secondary's pretty decent, but AJ Green's awesome. Julio Jones has got a great matchup against the Buccaneers. I think the Sharknadoes win this game, and I don't even think it's close. I think Darren loses by 20, 30 points. That's a bold prediction. All right. The Cox take on the Experience. This will be the shortest preview. Experience have Brady against the Dolphins, Gordon against the Cowboys without Sean Lee, Gurley against the Saints, Antonio Brown against the Pat. Okay. We're just going to move on. The Experience win 145-92. No, 82. Sorry, Kevin. Just knocked off 10 points. All right. Fro versus America's team. Fro looking, if he wins, he clinches, and he actually would clinch a number 1 seed if he wins, which is unbelievable. So Fro wins, he wins the number 1 seed. He takes on America's team. He's got Breeze against the Rams. Now it's in LA, and as Cody could tell you, Breeze on the road late in the season doesn't work out too well. He learned that the hard way last year. But he does have Alfred Morris, Fro does, against the Chargers, which have a horrible run defense. He's got Sean McCoy, which is they're just going to feed him the ball. They're going to continue to feed him the ball. Alshon in a revenge game against the Bears. And then Mike Evans against Atlanta. It's kind of a tough matchup there. Jimmy Graham, an easy matchup against the Niners. And then Lamar Miller, a tough matchup against the Ravens. Jeremy... Kirk Cousins could get him off to a really good start this Thursday against the Giants. Could put up 35 points. It's at Washington. He plays much better at home. So I could see this game being actually closer just for the fact that Kirk Cousins, I expect him to score 20-something more points than Drew Brees this week. Kareem Hunt against the Bills' horrible run defense. I don't know what's going on there. Hunt's been struggling, though. I think this will be a close game. I think Fro wins 98-90. That's what I think. And Fro wins the number 1 seed. The game of the week, Rowdies and Roger Goodell. I thought it was a very interesting note yesterday that Rowdy had about last year when the Rowdies took on Goodell the last week of the season. Let's see. Let me pull it up real quick. All right, yeah. Anyway, last year they were in the same situation. Yeah, 2016 playoffs came down between Goodell and the Rowdies. The Rowdies needed a win versus the Bad Boys and a loss from Goodell. The Rowdies beat the Bad Boys. Goodell lost to the Experience. That's turned the whole thing around last year as the Rowdies beat the Experience and then lost in the championship to my Topes. But the Rowdies now go up head-to-head against Goodell. This is what Goodell wanted last year. And this is what the Rowdies probably want. They want to earn their way in, although he's a little nervous because he's the game of the week, and he seems to always lose when that happens. That's not. Anyway. All right, this is a battle of the tight ends. Rob Gronkowski versus Travis Kelce. Both have been outstanding this year. Gronk's got the Dolphins. Kelce's got the Bills. I mean, both have about equal matchups there. Now, the advantage, one huge advantage, and this is a little long, but I'm doing a big preview here. One huge advantage that Goodell has is the quarterback position. Although Alex Smith is at home, and he does play better. He does play pretty well at home. And it is against Buffalo, which has been horrible. He's been struggling lately, and Russell Wilson is not. Russell Wilson has been just lights out Russell Wilson. This is second half Russell Wilson. He's amazing. And he's got the 49ers in San Francisco. Now, San Francisco gave him a tough matchup earlier in the season, so anything could happen, but San Francisco has really nothing to play for anymore, as opposed to earlier in the season when they had everything to play for, but not really. DeAndre Hopkins against Baltimore is going to be a tough matchup. Thielen should benefit as Darius Slay will be on Diggs most likely. So Thielen should be able to get something going on Thursday. McKinnon's got a tough matchup against the Lions' run defense. They're good. Jordan Howard for Roger Goodell has a tough matchup against the Eagles' front line, defensive front. And Michael Thomas, tough match. This could be a low-scoring game looking at the matchups. I'm going to say Goodell. Oh, man. I'll get called out for this, but I think Goodell wins this one 98-92. And I think Goodell, well, I don't know if that'll put him in the playoffs. I don't think it will, but that's what I think. Everyone enjoy their Week 12 games and enjoy Thanksgiving. Have fun with your family. Be safe. Love you guys. Bye.